Dollywood has been named one of the most magical spots to vacation in the country year after year. Now, they have a brand new resort called Heartsong that will help you reconnect with your family and escape everyday stresses. As you can imagine, the Christmas season makes it even more magical. Stephanie Langston takes a look.
Well, there is something magical about the spirit of Christmas in the Great Smoky Mountains, and we know no one does it quite like our girl Dolly, where she has decked the halls here at Heartsong. We're going to bring in Jen to walk us through Dolly's latest resort and lounge. Man, I love this place. We know she knows how to make it sparkle. Let's first just talk a little bit about the resort and all it offers.
Yes, we just celebrated our first birthday. So we started welcoming guests in October of 2023, and then Dolly officially came and opened the resort in November of last year. And it's just been an absolutely incredible year. This is our second resort. We opened our first resort, Dreammore, in 2015. And this resort just really has something special about it. This resort really was something that was inspired by Dolly's love of the Great Smoky Mountains, where Dreammore is more about kind of Dolly and her glitz and her glamour. This is really about her love for the Great Smoky Mountains, and that's why it's a lodge, and that's why you're gonna see, whether it's in our traditional decorations all year or our beautiful Christmas decorations we've got going on right now, you're just gonna see a lot of those greens, those browns, just that really natural touch. We're set in a cove, and so when you're outside, everything around you is surrounded by trees, and it's just a really natural feeling. That feeling that a lot of people want when they come to the Great Smoky Mountains. And so it's almost kind of like being in a cabin, but not really being in a cabin. You're gonna get that resort feel. We've got a restaurant here. Ember and Elm is an absolutely delicious a la carte restaurant that we have. We've got our Songbird Market that's grab and go. We're gonna have room service. We're gonna have all kinds of great dining options for you. We've got a couple of different pools. And then one of my favorite things here that's different for our resorts, because we do have Dolly, is our acoustic lounge. And so that's it's a private dining area you can rent out, or when it's not being rented, it's just an area that guests can hang out in, really. And it's gonna have a beautiful guitar-shaped chandelier. It's gonna have some of her records, some of her lyrics, some of her outfits, and you're really gonna find that Dolly touch here as well. So we're just really glad to be able to have another resort to offer guests somewhere to stay when they're with us.
I love it. That's one of my favorite parts about both of the resorts, is the fact that you can walk around and find little pieces of Dolly everywhere. I know over at Dreammore, you guys have the record wall as well.
Yeah, so over at Dreammore on our first level, when you walk through, first you're gonna see the Dream Box. And so that's right before the record wall, and that's something that's really special. It's kind of Dolly's time capsule. There's a song in there that only she knows the lyrics, and it's gonna be opened on her 100th birthday. And then when you walk past that, it's a record wall. And it's not all of Dolly's records, because she has so many, so we try to change them out. We try to keep it up to date, but it's a really cool picture spot. It's backlit. Just a really beautiful place where you can kind of look and see all that Dolly has done record-wise over her music career.
Of course, another one of my family's favorite parts of both resorts is the fact that you guys are so family friendly. You guys have games for the families to play, campfires at night, roasting s'mores. Talk about some of those activities you offer.
Yeah, so something special we have here is called Camp DW, and we have it at both resorts. And it's not so much, something you drop off your kids. It's not babysitting. It's something we want families to do to create memories together. And so each resort is a little bit different. They have their own special activities, but they both have some type of marshmallow roasting. So over at Dreammore, we roast s'mores every night. Here we make little fancy marshmallows. We've got the Imagination Library, which is so important to Dolly. So different times a day at both resorts, our Camp DW hosts will read Imagination Library books to kids. We've got crafts. During the summer, we've got pool parties. During Christmas, our Camp DW hosts turn into Santa's elves. And then over here at Heartsong, we have Mrs. Claus, and then you'll find Santa Claus at the park. So it just all kind of wraps in, ties together, and just creates a really immersive experience for families with all three pieces of the property.
And of course, we can't forget about the perks, because if you stay at one of the resorts, you get these time saver passes, and you can go over and experience everything Dolly's done over at the park.
Yeah, so when you're a resort guest, you get all kinds of park perks, as we call them. So one of those is our time saver, which is our version of a fast pass. And so you get a time saver. We have a resort trolley that's going to take you complimentary back and forth from the parks. And if you're here during the summer, that includes Splash Country. And so you also get free parking over at Dollywood if that's something you want to do. So when you stay here, you really get all kinds of perks that you wouldn't get anywhere else when you go to Dollywood.
What do you love about Christmas time here? Is it the resorts? Is it the park? Or is it just this town? Because, man, it's so Christmassy.
We are very Christmassy. We start early. I think my favorite part is probably, I love Heartsong, but the Dreammore elves, I think I've got to experience them a little bit more. They're just so much fun. The kids really enjoy them. They get to write letters to Santa. And so we have a magical red mailbox outside of Dreammore that you can put your letters to Santa in, and they get gone over to Dollywood so Santa can read them. And it's just a lot of fun. It's really special. It's just a great time of year for our families. And I love that we celebrate the reason for the season here as well. That's really important to Dolly, really important to us. So Christmas in the Smokies, that's an incredible show over at Dollywood. It's been going on longer than I have been alive. So it's just a lot of really special memories that are made here every year, and we are just so excited to welcome families back another time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Make memories at Dollywood and visit one of her resorts.
Yes. Book your stay and find your own Heartsong. They have a stocking stuffer sale with season pass deals happening over the next couple of hours. Get all those details online now at Dollywood.com.